Hey guys, and welcome back. Today, I thought it would be fun to make a tier list of characters from a show Supernatural, mainly because it's one of my favorite shows, and I've seen tier list videos that kind of look like fun. So, I guess I'm gonna be doing like segments of this stuff now for like specific shows I've seen. And feel free to comment down below. You do not need to share my opinions, obviously. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So, let's start off with and full disclosure, actually before I start, there may be spoilers in this. So if you guys it's one thing, I guess, if you didn't watch it and you're not interested in it or you're not interested in finishing or whatever, but there I can guarantee there most likely will be spoilers. So just pass by this video if you haven't finished the show. But anyway, so first off, we're going to start with Dean Winchester. So the categories I picked are like favorites, my best friend, I like them, I guess they're fine, meh, it's complicated, completely hate, and a category for I don't remember them, because some of these I didn't look through and they might be like guest stars or a character that was kind of in it, like the show, but not like in it completely. So I just thought, why not put that category there? I didn't mess around with the categories. Most of this came this way. But first character, Dean Winchester. Okay, one of my favorites. I'll say I will put him in favorites. I'll say he was my favorite, actually, my favorite character at the way beginning. Well, technically, if you watch episode 1, and for those of you who've actually seen, like, the pilot episode, comment down below which of the brothers, like, you like the best just watching that. Because for me, it was more Sam, and then I switched to Dean, like, a few episodes later. Maybe I think it's just his personality. But, okay, Sam. Of course, we gotta put Sam with Dean, because, they're just awesome together. I definitely agree. Cass was also my favorite. He came into season 4, and then he became my favorite. He also was my friend's favorite till she decided to, switch, her favorites. Started with Sam for like 10 seasons, and then switched to Cass, and all of a sudden I hear, just like right before I make this, she's a Dean girl now. But, let's see. Bobby was also a favorite. I honestly think he did deserve better. Getting shot in the head was not a great way to go at all. And like I said, for the record, spoilers for those of you who are still watching this and didn't finish and are gonna be mad at me now for giving you a spoiler. But Rowena, see, I like Rowena. She was like, a great, strong, like, female character, which I thought was so nice, because at the beginning you have, like, strong female characters at the beginning, like, a little bit, but I guess because of casting and the way they wanted the story to go and everything, you get more of them, like, later, which I think is great. I think she is an inspiration. Like, you go, girl. Next we have, Lucifer's son, Jack Nephilim. Super sweet, and yet somehow doesn't understand some stuff, because noted, he looks like he's, like, in his 20s, and then he's, like, a year old. But that's just Supernatural for you. Currently, he's my favorite. He became my favorite once he came in at the end of season 12. And then we have the King of Hell, Crowley himself, of course, until, well, he dies. Or technically sacrifices himself, which makes it kind of different, which is even more interesting. He was just my favorite. The, like, accent, amazing. The character, like, work, the development, the partnership you saw when he was with, like, Castiel, and then versus, like, Sam and Dean. And the fact that he also called them Moose and Squirrel. That was also really interesting. Let's see. Lucifer. See, Lucifer. See, that's the problem with this one show that I've watched compared to so many other shows, guys. I can literally tell you, like, half of these are probably gonna be my favorite characters. Like, not my, favorite, obviously, by, like, the end of it, but, like, just because of the humor they also have. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put in another category. We're gonna add a row above, And we're gonna make that specifically just for, like, favorites out of all of these. We're gonna make it the main favorite. And then we're gonna put Jack in that column. Anyway. Oh, let's make this a different color. You know, we'll make that one red. See, now I'm gonna take your guys' time. And apparently now I'm gonna take time to actually switch all these colors down by like 1, because I guess I have nothing better to do. I don't know, it just looks so much better when it's a rainbow going down and they're not all like exactly the same. Oh, okay, finally we have right here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. John Winchester. I don't know. He was one that I kind of liked, but I also didn't like the way, you know, he like treated, I guess you could say, like Sam and Dean, and the fact that Sam ended up like running away eventually and all of that, and then the fact that he died. That was like super sad. Even though he was strict, but I kind of see that he kind of did that to try to protect them, especially after what happened to, like, his wife, like, Sam and Dean's mom. So I guess we'll put him in the I like column. Nick, who got possessed by Lucifer. I don't know. We're gonna put Matt, because I don't know how I feel about him. I mean, his backstory of his, like, you know, family being kind of, like, murdered, that's, like, tragic. But I don't know. Just, he doesn't have, you know, he's not like Lucifer. He doesn't have that, I guess, comedic aspect. It's just more depressing. Oh, The Empty. The Empty was such a classic. I don't know. Maybe we'll put him under... we'll leave him in My Best Friend for now, because I don't know, just classic, another funny character. His like, interactions with Cass when he first gets there was just... It was so funny. And then that one thing when he's like, I need sleep. That was like... I actually sent that to a friend of mine. Like one of those gifts. Just because I thought that was so funny. Okay, Meg. Original Meg? I don't know. I guess she was fine. Not really my favorite. Now, 2.0, her relationship. I liked her. I really did. And her connection with Castiel, that was like a very interesting like connection they ended up having later. Oh, Charlie, yes, girl, you gotta go all the way to the top. Another strong, I'm gonna put you like right here, another strong feminist. Yeah. I'm not putting these in any particular order at this point. It's just like whatever order in the category. But strong feminist, like, okay, well, I'm not going to curse on this specifically because I'm not going to make it an 18 or older thing. But, like, an amazing tech whiz, an amazing friend, like Rowena. Like, they know what they want. They stand tall and strong. Kevin, the prophet. Okay. I mean, Kevin was kind of fine for me. I don't know. It was interesting. I think Donatello was more of an interesting prophet, and I'm mainly saying that because he, if I'm even remembering this right at this point, because this was a while ago when I watched all this, he actually was like an atheist until they like showed up at his door and they're like, "You're a prophet of the Lord," and he's like, "But I don't." That might have been some other scene. There was a scene at one point where Sam and Dean like meet an atheist, which was really interesting. Garth, okay, Garth is gonna be my bestie, you know. Just so sweet. I just love his personality. The Mr. Fizzles bit he did at one point, which I think was like season 7? Possibly hilarious. I just randomly think of that scene. Like every day. It's weird. And it's so funny. Chuck. Okay, I'm gonna put him in It's Complicated. Mainly because they introduce him as a prophet, but then you find out the big plot twist at the end about him being God and him being evil, which, okay, that was a plot twist I didn't see coming, but I don't like him. He just went, snap, and killed Jack. Like, excuse me? I was in tears after that. Like... It's interesting how you watch something and you see kind of how you get like attached to a character, and then you see that character like die, and then you look next to you with like somebody you're watching with, and then you're in tears, and you look at them, and you're like, you heartless bastard, how dare you? Because they literally just look, they're like, oh, okay. That's happened to me a few times. Mary Winchester, I did not like her. Honestly, I did not like her. I mean, I wouldn't say she's like a complete hate, but she was definitely a meh. I mean, it was sweet how she was with her boys, but just that whole kind of thing, and then the British Men of Letters thing that happened when she joined them and then lied to her sons and all this stuff. And all that time when she was like, I need space, and she was working with them, and it was just this whole thing. Bella. I like Bella. Too bad she ended up dying, though, in like season 3, some point in season 3. She was quite the character, especially, with Dean. I did like their pairing. Um for the record, for those of you watching and who have watched this far or skipped forward, I'm eventually going to have to make this into 2 parts because YouTube, unless they've changed stuff and nobody told me, I can only make 15-minute videos, which I think I said before, until I get like verified. So we're just gonna do this in 2 parts. Maybe 3 if I decide I want to talk too much, Gabriel. Gabriel was one of my favorites. That whole thing with Michael on the Apocalypse World was so sad. I was in tears, and then the fact that Sam and Dean just saw, and then they're like, okay, he's dead. We can't do anything for him. Let's just go back to our world. I don't know. That's kind of what I felt like their reaction was like. Raphael, I did not like Raphael. Not at all. Not at all. Michael, I felt bad that he was possessing Adam, but I like that they came to like a standpoint. So I guess they were fine. Adam was also fine because we didn't really see much of them, so I'm just gonna put them together. Jo, I like Jo and her mom. They had this very close connection. I did feel bad for Dean, though, because he did really like her. And then she died. Killing by hellhounds. That's kind of one way to go. Let's see. Rufus. Rufus was okay. Again, I don't really think that we saw that much of, like, him either to be able to judge. Okay, Jody. Yeah, we'll put Jody, Donna, Alex, and Kaya. They can all kind of, go in the same category at that point. Like, I like them. They were pretty good. Obviously, we saw less of, like, Alex, and especially less of Kaya, because she came in later with, like, after Jack when he was trying to, like, get to the other world to get Mary. Claire, love her. Just we're gonna put her a little higher. Love her. I did feel bad for her, all the loss of like losing her dad because Cass possessed him, and then losing her mom like just when she got her back. Patience, honestly, we'll put her in meh. I didn't really like her that much, and we only saw her in like 1 episode, so maybe it was like part of the second one. I don't know. Missouri? Oh, Missouri was hilarious. I'm telling you. When she literally told Dean, she was like, boy, you put your foot on my coffee table and I'm gonna whack you with like a spoon. And he's like, hey, I didn't do anything. She's like, no, but you were thinking it. It was so funny. Like, just that, like, interaction between the two of them in that one point. And how she helped them later with, like, their house and everything. That was just... That one scene is just one of, like, the funniest scenes I'll randomly think of. Okay. And looks like this is going longer, so I'm gonna stop it here, and then we'll do the rest. That was not even half. I have more to say on some than others, but we're gonna stop it here, and I will put a part 2, like, on after. I'll post it, like, right after, so you can just watch one after the other.